Welcome back to Flight Shorts Live, the podcast that gives you a peek behind the cockpit door and down the cabin aisle. I'm your host, Sundance, and today we're buckling up for a journey into the hilarious and often bizarre world of passenger interactions with someone who's seen it all. Please give a warm welcome to our guest, veteran flight attendant, Eden.
Hi, Sundance. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
We're so glad you could join us. So, we always hear the passenger horror stories, but you must have a gold mine of just purely funny encounters. Where do we even begin?
Oh, where to begin is right. I think the best place to start is the call button. You would not believe the things people think that little button does.
I can only imagine. It's not just for another drink, then.
Oh, if only it were that simple. I had a gentleman press it once with some real urgency in his posture. I rushed over, thinking something was wrong. He points out the window and asks me completely seriously, "Excuse me, can you ask the pilot to fly a bit slower? My wife is trying to take a picture of the Grand Canyon."
No way. Fly slower?
Mm-hmm. I had to gently explain that commercial airliners don't really have a scenic route speed setting and that he'd have to be pretty quick with his camera. He seemed a little disappointed, but he understood.
That's incredible. It's like people forget they're in a multi ton metal tube flying at 500 miles an hour.
Exactly. The cabin creates this little bubble where normal physics don't seem to apply in some people's minds. Another time, a woman rang the call bell. She looked very concerned and whispered, "I think the pilot left the turn signal on."
The turn signal? You mean the light on the wing?
The very one, the strobe light on the wingtip. She'd been watching it blink for 10 minutes and was getting genuinely worried we were going to miss our exit off the sky highway, as she put it.
The Sky Highway. That is amazing. So, what do you even say to that?
You just have to smile and explain that it's a standard navigation and anti-collision light and that it's supposed to blink for the entire flight. Her relief was so genuine. It's honestly quite sweet when things like that happen.
That's a great way to look at it. Okay, I have to ask about food. There must be some bizarre food related requests or questions.
Oh, absolutely. We were on a transatlantic flight serving dinner. The options were beef or pasta. A man asked me what kind of beef it was. I told him it was a classic beef bourguignon. He scrunched up his face and said, "Ugh, I don't eat French food. Do you have any American beef?"
American beef on a plane over the Atlantic Ocean?
That's what I was thinking. For a second, I was completely stumped. Then an idea popped into my head. I just leaned in conspiratorially and said, "Sir, this is a very patriotic American cow that happened to study abroad for a semester in France." His whole face lit up and he said, "Oh, perfect, I'll take it."
You did not say that. That is absolutely brilliant. And he bought it?
Hook, line, and sinker. He later stopped me in the galley to tell me it was the best American beef he'd ever had. Sometimes a little creativity becomes part of the job description.
A diplomat and a comedian all in one. Eden, these stories are fantastic. It really paints a vivid picture of what your job is really like.
It's never a dull moment, that's for sure. It really is a people-watching paradise, and most of the time, the things that go wrong are just hilarious.
Well, Eden, thank you so much for sharing a look into your world today. It has been an absolute pleasure and incredibly funny.
Thanks for having me, Sundance. It was so much fun to relive these.
That's all the time we have for this episode of Flight Shorts Live. A huge thank you again to our wonderful guest, Eden. Next time you're flying, remember your flight attendants are not just there for your safety, they're also curators of some of the wildest and most wonderful human stories you'll ever hear. Until next time, fly safe.